Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me and appreciate your time. We're going to do one on the Panasonic Q today, which is a system that plays GameCube games but also has media to play DVDs and CDs. So if you're in the market for one, if you're looking at buying one, I'm going to give you my opinion and some of my sort of thoughts on the machine. It's a gorgeous machine. It's just sitting there behind me. I absolutely fell in love with it as soon as I saw it the first time. And there was no way I was not going to get one, even though I had my issues with it. So today we're going to go through that. We're going to go through some of my games, and yeah, we'll just sort of get to the bottom of the Panasonic Q. Now, it was basically released for the reason to compete with the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox because of the media sort of capabilities that it had. The GameCube didn't have the ability to play DVDs. So they were commissioned Panasonic to build a machine, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So, yep, thanks for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd love to see a couple extra subscribers. It's good fun. And if you enjoy the content, like the video as well. So, all right, we're going to turn the video around. We're going to look at some gameplay, and we're going to get into the machine. All right, we're up in the upstairs console room today. As we look at the Q on the left there, this is where I've got a few of my other sort of console set up here, and I've got a little switcher under there, which is an 8-button switcher for all the 8 systems I've got set up. Now I've got Famicom Wars playing. This is one of the easier games to play. Once you get through the sort of first sort of menu system and up through into the game, as you can see, some of it's in English and the voiceover's in English as well, so it's a fun game to play. I've been playing that one a little bit. Okay, and on the left here we've got the Q. It's a beautiful system. I'm sure a lot of you have seen one, heard about it. I've had it for about a year now, and I've had a few little issues with it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It cost me like $1,800 all up Australian, which is maybe $1,100 US. But in saying that, it did come with a bundle, come with like 9 games, a Wavebird, and a couple of memory card slots, as you can sort of see there. But it's also in really good condition. That was one thing I really wanted to look for, was one that was in good condition. It's got a couple of marks on the screen there, as you can see, but other than that, it's really nice. It's got a beautiful finish. I just love this sort of the steel look. I had a stereo once that was steel. It was awesome, the Sony one. This one's got the step down converter behind just to change into the voltage that we use here in Australia. So that I added that to the price. That was like $50. Yeah, and it's set up here. Now, the Q does come with its issues, and as you know, one of them is the tray. I won't pull it out now because just so I got the game going. So we'll just let that go. We'll do that at the end. So yeah, the tray can sort of stick. If you sort of basically usher it out, it will follow you, and it goes in all right. And then sometimes it comes in and out okay. I didn't want to play with the belt at all. I'm not that sort of technically minded, so I thought I'd just leave it and just deal with it. And another issue I had, I'd been switching it on, and then it sort of turned off straight away, and then the F76 error would come up here, and I didn't really know too much about it, so I looked into it. There was no real definitive answer on what it was. Some said it was the power pack, some said it was the fan. So the fan's in here, so I took the side off, gave the fan a little bit of a spin, and then it started up, and it has ever since. So that's a couple of little things that you need to keep in mind. And also the other day I had it running up here and I wasn't in the room, and I come up later and it turned off, and the step down converter was red hot. So I don't know what caused that either. So there's little things that make me worry about this machine, especially with all the money that I've invested in it. But I could buy a Japanese GameCube. They're cheap, easy to get. But, I want to play the Q. That's why I bought it. I bought it to play. So, yeah, I'll have to sort of supervise playing it when I do. So there's a couple of things to take into account. Would I buy it again? Of course I would. I would definitely buy it again. There's no way I could not have one of these in my collection. I'm a bit sort of, once I see something I want, I can't get it out of my mind until I own it. But it has worried me at times. But now you sort of got to the point where it's like, well, whatever happens to it. You know what I mean? So anyway, we'll get there. It's still a beautiful machine. So that's a little setup there. And there's Famicom Wars. So I'll show you the disc tray. See if you can sort of see here where I'll reset the game. So we got the game reset here. Open it up. It will sort of get stuck. You can pull it, I just pull it out, and then you can sort of, it'll go back in by itself. And then we can sort of start over here. You can sort of see once you get through. I was never a real GameCube player at the start. I've never had a GameCube till recently. So for me, getting past these original menus is sort of a bit easier if you probably played it a bit before. So yeah, and that's it. Good setup. All right, got my games over here that we'll go through. We'll go through the bundle that I got with it, and I got a few other bundles and a few that are sealed. A little bit of a collection of games there. So what I'll do, I'll put the phone down, reverse the camera, and I'll go through the videos. And yeah, hopefully you like what you saw, and hopefully it can answer a few questions. I'm not sure how much information's out there on the Panasonic Q, but at least there's some available for you guys today. All right, thanks very much. I'll turn the camera around, get set up, and then we'll go through some games. Time to go through the games. Before we get to the games, just going to show you the controller. So the Q has its own GameCube controller, which has got the Panasonic logo on it, as you can see there. These itself are quite expensive, so I don't think I'll want to get a second one to go with it. There's that. And with the controller, there's also the remote that comes with the system. So that's the remote there. So I don't have batteries in it at the moment. I don't need to. I don't think I'm going to use it. Plus, I don't even really understand what they do basically there. So first, I'll go through the games that I got with the system. Behind me, Dobotsu no Mori, which is Animal Forest. So it was released outside Japan as Animal Crossing. This is the first game in that sort of series, and they weren't sure if it was going to be successful, so it ended up being a big success. So this is the original Dobotsu no Mori. I do love the Japanese GameCube cases. I think they're a lot better than the power ones that I get, and obviously the American versions, which come in the DVD cases really. And yeah, this one's got a little memory card in there as well, as you can see up here. So they all come in really good condition. So this was part of that bundle with the Panasonic Q itself. So that's Dobotsu no Mori. And another game here I got, just, you know, obviously you just need the classic titles. So Mario Party 4. This one come with it. This one's probably one of the ones that was in the sort of more rougher condition. But still, you know, you can't go wrong with having some Mario Party. And, you know, I still love those mini discs. I just love them. There's that one there. And another game is, this is Zelda Tact of the Wind. Yep, that's that one. So it comes with a lot of Zelda games, so we'll get into them after this one. And again, it's in really nice condition, as you can sort of see. Put the disc around the right way, mate. So yeah, beautiful. Love that. Obviously, a lot of the RPGs are very hard to navigate through, so I don't intend to play any of these sort of games with really text heavy, because it's just not going to happen. And another Zelda game is this Club Nintendo, the Legend of Zelda collection. So there's the, even come with the sort of the slip that come with it. I think you needed just points to get it. This has got 4 games on it, plus a demo. So it's got the Legend of Zelda. It's got the second Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, and it's got Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, plus a trial version, it says over here, I think it's that one, of Tact of the Wind as well, and I think there's a video on there as well. So it's another nice, really nice condition game, as you can sort of see there, the Club Nintendo. So yeah, beautiful. And the good thing with the Japanese ones is, on some of the games they have the sort of the name of it in English there, but then they've also got the Japanese sort of title on the other side there. So that's the Legend of Zelda collection. And there's another, the Legend of Zelda. This is the Four Swords Adventure in the big box. So it comes with the Game Boy Advance adapter, so you can play it on the Game Boy Advance, as you can sort of see back there. I don't know if you have to have a Japanese Game Boy Advance to play it, so on my list is to get a Game Boy Advance, so I'll check it out there. So yeah, that's the Four Swords Adventure big box. It's a nice little game. And again, it's in nice condition, nice glossy box. The corners are pretty neat, as you can see, nice and sharp. And another Zelda game I got here is this Ocarina of Time. This has got the Master Quest in it as well. This one doesn't come in with a case, so it just sort of comes like this. And then the game's at the back there, as you can sort of see. So it's got the Master Quest edition as well. So, and then obviously all the manual little things that you can sort of see. So there's that one. It's in pretty good condition. Being a comic collector, you know, you can sort of have a look at the spine. It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, so that's a really nice condition of that one as well. And there's this one here. I only just figured out what this game was this morning. This is Puzzle Collection. So again, this one's got the Game Boy Advance adapter there as well to play that one. So I haven't even put this one in the machine yet. So this is a nice big box version of that, as you can sort of see there as well. So that's that one. And then a couple more games that I got with it. Two classics is Smash Brothers DX, as you can sort of see there, and the one which is probably one of the most classic titles on the system is Mario Kart Double Dash. So that's that one as well. So yeah, again, beautiful condition boxes, nice and crisp, sharp corners, and they're all in excellent condition. So that's all the games I got with the system at that price of $1,800, and then I also got the Wavebird as well. So this one came with it, which is I'm really happy to have. It's in nice condition, nice silver. But yeah, so that's that one. So that's when I got my other GameCube going. I got that to play with that one. Right, these are some other games I picked up. I've got another sort of lot off eBay last year, so I'll quickly go through those. Try to find them in lots. It's the best way to do it instead of just getting them single, paying postage. And yeah, I want to try to get the more obscure titles and weird titles, but they're a bit difficult and they're expensive too, some of those ones. But this one's Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I haven't got the drums yet, so it's one thing I'm looking forward to get is maybe the drums in the box. So that's that one. And there's Naruto there as well, so you're not likely to be able to play that one with the language issues. Some of these games are easy to play. The SSX Tricky game, that one there, that's been playing that one. That once you get into the game, it's quite easy to play. And the same with this one here, this wave race game, Blue Storm, yep, that's that one. And again, another game to play, SSX on tour with Mario. So I was playing that one recently. It's good fun. And this one I played a little bit, which is easy to play, NBA Street. Again, you know, some of these sports games, once you get into them, they're good to play. Yeah, it's nice. I think I paid like $130 for all of these. It's like 6 games. So it was a pretty good buy. That was on an auction, so I was happy to get that. There's a couple of games I bought single. The one I was playing before, Famicom Wars. So that's Famicom Wars there. Nice game, I enjoyed that one. And I don't know why I bought a second copy of Double Dash. I must have just got the covers mixed up at one point. So I bought a second copy of Double Dash. Sorry, not Double Dash, but no, Smash Brothers. That's that one. And now we can go into my sealed games. I just bought a few sealed games here and there. I just, you know, when they're cheap or, you know, things I hadn't heard of or things that looked cool, I sort of got them. The first one I got was this Rocket Man X transmission, which I think is Mega Man, I believe. So this one does have a little bit of a tear down the front, but it was like $30 delivered. So it was pretty, I think maybe it was like 25. So that sort of kicked it off. And I thought, and then every now and then I just sort of keep checking for sealed games. And the next one I found was this Tales of Symphonia. So one of the Tales Quest. So again, just, yeah, it's in nice condition. This one was cheap enough too. And then the last two I got at Christmas that there might be in my pickups video from that time you want to have a look. This one is Super Robot Wars. I got this one from Taiwan. It was pretty cheap, like $50 delivered, I think it was. And yeah, I hadn't heard of this title. It looked pretty extreme, as you know, some of the Japanese stuff can be. So that's that one there as well. So really happy with that one. That's nice. And the final one was another sort of game I thought looked really cool, which is the Tower of Druaga, which is like an old school 80s RPG from what I can sort of see. I played a little bit of on the emulator just to sort of get an idea, but it reminds me of an old Game & Watch that's in the box, and yeah, up here and all that kind of stuff. So you can sort of see the sides. There's no real English sort of, or there is actually the English part there. All right, so that's all the games. I don't have too many. I haven't bought any recently. I do look for something a little bit different or whatever. So maybe now I might have a bit of itch and maybe I'll go and have a look for a game. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it. Hopefully it sort of gives you a bit of an insight into the Panasonic Q, and it's a bit of a nice, unique system, you know what I mean? So a lot of the systems that I collect for are, you know, are their own sort of little beast. So I get little things here and there, do things differently, whether it's the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, the PC, whatever, PS5. They're all their sort of own little sort of, you know, universes, so to say, or galaxies that I sort of collect for all individual things. All right, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's what I say to everybody now. It's fun. And hopefully I've got a few things coming. I'm not sure what my next video will be. It might be on pickups. I've been playing Gran Turismo, and I want to do my first ever daily races on camera. So I haven't sort of done that yet. I've been trying to unlock all the menus. I'm up to like maybe 20 now, so I'm sort of learning the tracks a bit. So it should be a bit of fun when I get onto the daily races for the first time and see what humans are capable of on a track. So the virtual reality of the VR2 is absolutely incredible for that game, and I've just been playing a fair bit. I just unlocked Mount Panorama yesterday, so being Australian, I'm very familiar with that track, and I was having so much fun. I've been waiting nearly my whole life to drive Mount Panorama the way I did last night with the VR on. It was incredible in the GTR as well. So anyway, that's the next video. So until then, thanks a lot. I appreciate your time, and keep gaming and enjoy your week. See you guys and girls.